Li Ruobing's brother, Li Ruotai, the eldest son in the Li family, is completely shocked seeing Li Ruobing and Wu Chen so close and questions himself whether his sister is pregnant. He wonders whether Wu Chen is the child's father and does it feel all real for sure or not. Seeing them so close, Li Ruotai thinks in his mind that Wu Chen does not seem to be the most handsome man, but contradicts, saying it that Wu Chen is not looking bad as well. Li Ruotai is suspicious as to why her sister is going out with a man like Wu Chen, who is in his early 20s, whereas her sister's taste is clearly in men older than her age. Li Ruotai is concerned for her sister and thinks that maybe Wu Chen wants to use his sister and so is trying to deceive her sister, as he feels that love can sometimes make people completely blind and make them so crazy that they think nothing except love. Li Ruotai is now desperate to save his sister from Wu Chen and questions them when did the two of them meet. Wu Chen replies he and Li Ruobing had met 3 months ago when his sister was recruiting interns at a university. Even though Li Ruobing did recruit interns at the university, she marvels as to how does Wu Chen know about it. Li Ruotai questions his sister Li Ruobing that she has only known Wu Chen for 3 months, and in such a short amount of time, how could she able to completely know Wu Chen to make him her boyfriend. Li Ruotai asks Wu Chen about his men, informing him about Wu Chen being with another girl at the Lotus bar the day before. Li Ruobing is completely shocked that Wu Chen was with a girl, but Wu Chen clarifies about it to clear any misunderstanding about him, as the woman he was in the club the previous night was Mu Quan Quan, who is the daughter of Mu Sai, owner of the East China Sea Mu Biomedical Group. Wu Chen says that Li Ruotai should in fact thank him, as if Wu Chen had not intervened and saved that girl from the men who were trying to harass her, the girl would have become a huge problem for everyone and no one including Li Ruotai would be able to stop it. The East China Sea is the leading biomedical group in the East China Sea, and the Mu Sai, Mu Quanquan's father, is worth billions of dollars. He is also the deputy to the National People's Congress and has a lot of contacts in the party. If the group on the East China Sea is a dragon, then Mu's group is also like a small. Wu Chen tells Li Ruotai that if they have a war against the Mu group, even if the Li family manages to win, the Li family will still have to pay a huge price in the event. Li Ruotai, realizing the grave danger he was saved from, thanks Wu Chen for the help. Li Ruobing is impressed with Wu Chen as he could really subdue her brother, who is not even afraid of the world, and that too with just a few words. She stops the matter and tells that she came there for something important to discuss, as she tells her brother that someone from the higher authorities wants to shift the Crown's club control from the Li family. Everyone present in the room are shocked at this revelation. Li Ruotai himself is startled but tries to completely deny it, telling that he has taken care of everything by himself and anything that would have happened would have been known to him in this case. Wu Chen advises him to have not blackmailed the people with the video that he had taken of them, and that he should have cut all his business relations with Jaihu a long time ago. Li Ruobing is furious on her brother, as even after advising him multiple times that Jaihu is not a good person, he is still in touch with Jaihu. Li Ruobing tries to calm her sister, telling he could explain about it to her, but Wu Chen tells him that his sister is correct in this regard, as Jaihu is not a good person as he has sold him out this time. Jaihu will put all the blame onto Li Ruotai and frame him, saying it as Li Ruotai's idea. Li Ruotai is startled as even his sister is unaware of his business with Jaihu. He asks Wu Chen about who told him about Jaihu to him. Wu Chen shrugs it off, telling he is only there for his sister and so doesn't have to clarify about anything to him. Wu Chen says that he will only help Ruotai because he is Li Ruobing's brother, and if something happens to her brother, Li Ruobing will get sad. Li Ruotai gets very angry over Wu Chen's statement, threatening Wu Chen for his life if Wu Chen does not explain about how he knew about Jaihu and his business. Li Ruobing tries to calm down her brother, but Li Ruotai is in no mood to listen. He does not believe anything coming from Wu Chen, as Wu Chen is a liar who cannot even speak his words clearly. Wu Chen tells that only a few people in China know about the matter, and that 4 months ago a person who was parachuted into the East China Sea Police Department named Lao Bo, who came across to handle the Crown Entertainment case. Some investigators had disguised themselves as guests to go undercover, while other investigators lurked into the clubhouse and have collected a lot of evidences. As he writes a few names on a piece of paper, handing it over to Li Ruotai, he tells it that it is the list of undercover agents. Li Ruotai reads the name and orders his men to gear up to investigate all the men present in the list. Li Ruotai also warns Wu Chen that it will all be Wu Chen's fault if the names in the list are wrong. Wu Chen calmly sits down at the sofa, demanding Li Ruotai of the money they are willing to spend to receive the complete information. A little later, we see Li Ruotai checking the camera in his hand, seemingly frustrated as he orders his men to capture all the people in the list at that very moment, as Li Ruotai is in utter disbelief regarding so many spies present in his club. But Wu Chen cautions them as they cannot capture any of the spies, because even if one of the spies goes missing, the cops will start acting up through the evidence they have collected till date. Li Ruotai asks Wu Chen for some advice. Wu Chen in turn quizzes him whether he wishes to proceed the old way and later getting jailed, or whether he wishes to get out of the mess safely. Li Ruilong requests for the solution, and Wu Chen tells him to refrain from sending his men anywhere and to apologize to Wu Chen in order for Wu Chen to help him. Sheesh boy.